Good morning, guys. I'm sorry I kicked us all out. That was a fat finger move, unfortunately. The button that you press to post on YouTube is right next to the close the room button, and I hit the wrong one. Actually, I should have blamed it on Dan, but he's here already. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. All right, so markets are up again. All right, this is the never-ending rising market. Starting off with the Dow here. Exactly, LaDon. It's still Dan's fault, even though he's always innocent. And the Dow, which is underperforming the spiders and the Qs actually, is now pushing its way up to this prior high resistance and having, this is the current week. I was going to say having negated the big red bar, which it hasn't totally done yet, but the retracement into it suggests that it's certainly going to. Exactly, Pat. It's what I titled the YouTube session today. This market's going to the moon. Up in a way is another way of saying it. So here we go. All right. Market's at resistance. Big deal. All right. This market doesn't stop at resistance. It just chews its way through it. And so we shall see. And intraday, beautiful upward trending 60-minute chart. Look, blast off, pull back, retest. I don't have candles on here just so I can show more bars without scrunching it up. But you can see the W type of bottom here, and off it went overnight. It continues to push up. And I haven't checked the news, why the market's so happy this morning. But obviously it is. And just the pullback continues. Is looking at it from a technical point of view, without thinking about news. Let me look at this and just say, okay, this was resistance. Let me change the color there. I don't like that color. Resistance. Buyer stepped up in the area. I should say support. Formed a pivot. By the way, a question was asked to me in an email during the week. And someone said, well, that's a pivot, 3 bars to the left and the right, but isn't that kind of late to enter? And it's someone that had taken the MTS course, and I directed him back to the course in the trend section. I was like, no, we don't enter there. You enter here, right? And you don't know that it's going to become a pivot until 3 bars later. You're entering because of the trend and the pullback. So anyone that is not certain about that with pivots are just meant to say, hey, here's an objective way of a market or a stock creating a support point. And once it takes out that high, right, it makes a new high. We then call that major support, and that becomes our new low for a reference point of a violation of the trend. What you could see here, although the pullback was deep and put the trend in question, it didn't violate that major support. Let's clear that up. We'll see if this can get through there or not. Right. Before that red bar looks like it's going to be ignored. Right. And let's just go through the equity markets first. And that certainly has the look that it's coming up here to test the old highs. This reversal bar that totally negated the attempt to move lower, which wasn't as potent as the other markets. It actually wasn't that's a large red bar, even though it took out the low. It ended with a small bottoming tail bar. And so this continues to move higher. And step-by-step process is, today, can it violate the prior day's low. And it was the same thing, before that, and before that, and before that, and before that, and so on. So here's a wide range bar igniting. And then as it moves up, right, this suggests it's going to go higher, but that doesn't mean it has to go higher. We know that things fail, patterns fail. But on a step-by-step process, as you just say, can it violate a prior day's low? So that's our line in the sand today. If whatever market you're looking at is the prior day's low. And so it's already taken out the high. And now we'll see what happens as it take out the low. And from a weekly point of view, prior weekly low. We just higher time frame, do the same thing. S&Ps. And see the bigger red bar, not totally negated. It's pushing up. Same process. Does it break a prior day's low? And then from there, is it a red bar ignored like this? So it broke a prior weekly low and then completely negated it. So that's a start to the process of analysis. This pullback could have turned into a measured move lower to come down to this level here. That didn't happen. Now they just kept going higher. And so simply we look at this and say it's going to go higher unless it breaks a prior day's low, and that doesn't violate the trend either. And bonds flip-flopping back and forth as to whether this is a shakeout pattern and whether they can go higher or whether it's going to go lower. Oil continues to do well. The oil stocks turned around yesterday. They look, some of them worse than others. This is the broader ETF XLE. Others did not look, looked a little worse than that, but they all turned around suggesting they're going to go higher. One of my comments yesterday pre-market was, these oil stocks, which looked awful, like SLB, it's like there's a sell setup. And now it's negated that. And while it's got resistance overhead, being able to negate this certainly is going to make anybody that was short concerned. And so with oil going up, it suggests these can go up. This is just not a great pattern because you've got this resistance directly to the left. All right, so there's better things to pick, but within the sector. Actually, this one would probably be better, I'm not loving it, but because it's got the void coming down, it's got the ability to move higher without hitting any immediate resistance. And gold, there's another nasty red bar. This one was in an uptrend, and another nasty red bar being negated, which is positive. So can it get through this swing high? The fact that this red bar was ignored suggests yes, and we'll see how far this goes. This kind of pattern typically doesn't go up to the old high without a hiccup, but just step by step. Does it take out a prior day's low? And since this is already expanding in range from the overnight trading, and it's at resistance, today's low would be significant if it went back down there. But you can always look at the hourly, and now you've got a major support swing low there. And what time is it? 18. I think I'll let Dan take over here. Some things in here. Another oil sector ETF, totally negating the sell setup. So pretty bullish action in the oil stocks. And in addition, the financials, I can find it in my list here, look like they're going higher too. And similar type of pattern, red bar on the weeklies being ignored, suggesting prices are going to go up. All yours, Dan.
All right, good morning. Yeah, I was just looking at opens there. We got a nice gift on Echo Bravo short. So cover half here, pre-market, or all of it. That's a beautiful, huge 10% gain overnight. And then we'll trail 5-minute bar and back half. Yeah, this stupid market. I was speaking to Greg last night, and I said that, friggin' spiders look like a directional here. Little reverse head and shoulders, topping tails. It ended up being a consolidation, 180 reversal. It's crazy. But as we say, it is what it is. Let's look at opens. We're not in Tesla, but somebody posted on the Facebook group this morning, and I answered him. He says, "Hey Dan, I can sell $100 puts for around $1 for 60 days out." He says, it's impossible for it to go there. So what do you think? I said, well, if you don't care about charts or holding over earnings, then go for it. But master trader strategy is very simple: compelling pattern, and we see if it's a directional or income trade. This isn't a nasty downtrend, relative weakness. I said you got support weekly 250, but at a bare minimum, wait for a reversal. You got no reversal here. Look, it's gapping down again in a strong market. I don't know where the bottom is. Continuing, opens. VIAB, we still have a third lot trailing of a short. Urban, we're short, and both the call spread and stock. I'll look to leg into a covered put on short stock. CGC put spread. Tilray had earnings up a little bit, so it's holding the sector. Michael Jackson, we actually have 3 open trades in our, and that's not true. Well, it is true. We have 3 open trades, but in 2 of our letters, not the weekly options trader, because Michael Jackson doesn't have weekly options. But we have a short put spread. We have a bullish directional debit spread. And we're also long stock, or the ETF rather, in the ETF. So that looks great. Cisco, we're short puts. NVIDIA, we're short puts. Gapping up, it looks great. Boeing, we are flat. And, if this thing doesn't bounce, I told you, under, what's today, Tuesday? Under Friday's low, I'm looking at a call spread. Netflix, we have put spread. IQ, put spread. PYX, put spread, another marijuana stock. Avgo, we covered half of the put spread for Friday. Texan, we're long stock. Had a, neutral iffy close. Just some others here on my list. Goldman Sachs is on my long list. Reverse bullish, reverse head and shoulders, downside shakeout, bullish weekly. ECA oil stock looks good, daily, weekly. Maybe we can, as we do we watch the open, but maybe 30-minute high. FTV. Looks great. Little reverse head and shoulders for a swing trade. IBM, but another reverse head and shoulders with a breakout on the weekly. It's incredible. RIG, oil stock, nice close yesterday, breakout on the weekly. TRP, I gave long into the close. That was one that I thought was worth holding overnight. MFC's on my list. Bullish gap, bullish close, closing at the high, breakout weekly. JHG, same gap, breakout at the high, swing trade. CMI, same. There's so many bullish looking stocks here. So we're definitely more long weighted. We have a few shorts, not too many. I posted this morning, WMB, in our advisory letter. Another swing trade breakout. Let's see. And I also posted low, LOW, both as a put spread and long stock. A little higher low retest here on the 200, buy setup on the weekly, rising 20, minor support. The entry is over the high. else? Yeah, Tilray was the only, I don't have that many Capras today. Let's just continue up my list here. Fizzler, it's going to take a couple days to set up. I was hoping this would come down another day or so and give us a reversal at a third retracement. Fang, I actually had as an iron condor, but I said let's hold off yesterday just with the strength of the oil. Wage, kind of a 1, 2, 3 looking thing, gapping down with big tails, so we'll have to hold off on that. Facebook been underperforming. Golf Hotel, it's strong, but yeah, if I can get a big old M top, then I might consider a call spread. Spiders here. All right, it's a gap breakout. We just have to watch the open. Here's this VXXB, the volatility ETF. I'm telling you, remember, Greg, we were talking about whack-a-mole up in New Jersey, and that's exactly the icon I have in the volatility course. You just gotta whack volatility every time it goes up with a reversal in the spiders. Because of just the long-term drag on this thing. So our CGC is in a trading range here. This might turn into a directional someday. This is a symmetrical triangle. I got lower highs, higher lows. So we're in a put spread, but Tilray, $75. It's been lagging. I got no interest in this whatsoever. Maybe though, earnings. And with MJ holding up, it's not a great pattern, but we'll keep an eye on it for put spread maybe. ACB, we took our profits on that yesterday when it had this deep sell-off. Google, that's actually a buy setup. Bullish move. 4 bars, bottoming tail. That's on my list for a put spread. Amazon, I mentioned that we have a put spread on because of this 2-bar consolidation here. Breakout daily, weekly. Netflix we're in. Apple we're not in, unfortunately. Look at that. Just higher high, higher low individual bars. That is a picture of strength. 927. I'm kind of done. Intel, nothing. NBEV. Well, let's go through all the marijuana stocks again today. Microsoft, it's been a beast also. Look at that, to all-time highs. Wow. Actually, since we have 2-3 minutes, let me do it right now. This is my marijuana list. And we're going to do a MT live on trading marijuana stocks here in 2 weeks. There, Cron, there's it's extended on the weekly and monthly, but it's holding. It's a put spread candidate. We'll watch it. This GWPH is an American company that got into pot. CRBP, APHA. CVE, Arna, Cara. There you go, Cara. That's a watch. That's weekly. Nice. I like our MJ is superior. but it's a watch. SWM. This one's a watch also. I'd like it better if I got my something something, which is, breakdown failure. Wide range bar at resistance. That's a great example of wide range bar ending. I would like it even better if it had huge volume on that ending bar. But now it's a 50% pullback. Very bullish gap on weekly. That's a watch. NBEV, the beverage one's been lagging. KSHB. Nope. Tagada. And that's it. It's a perfect timing. Oh, Tagada broke out yesterday. We missed that one. I like that. Let's watch that on an intraday pullback. Perfect timing. All right, so I'm going to watch Capra, Tagada, SWM. Whoop, no, that's Southwest Energy. Oh, SWM. And next week's MC Live, we're going to talk about trading range bound market support and resistance.